How's it going, everybody? Josh here from Spawn Fly Fish, and today we are going to follow a theme of mine of tying simple shrimp flies that simply work. This is a really good one. This is one that I tied up live on our Instagram channel last year. Slight variation we'll be using today, but very similar to the one I tied then. In the vise, we have a Ahres FW550, size number 8. And for this fly, I like this hook in either size 8 or size 10. This is a small shrimp. And the bead that we have prepped on there is a Spawn football bead, 5.5 millimeter in black. For this, we don't need any lead-free wraps. Simply start our thread and throw some wraps behind that bead in the slot there, and that is going to secure that bead. So since we are working with a small profile shrimp, do be mindful of the amount of thread wraps that you're throwing on there, and I'll explain that here in a second. So to start with, we're going to use some Spawn Simi seal in our shrimp belly. And we are going to take just a bit of this, and we are going to turn the vise and tie that underneath. And this is where it becomes increasingly important, more so with the material, the next material that we're going to use. If you're going to use the pearl diamond braid that I used previously, not nearly a big deal, but our next material is going to be some vinyl rib, and you want that to lay down really nicely. So try and create almost a thread taper here that's not going to have a bunch of bumps and ridges in it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what you don't want is a big bump right there. We'll flip that back over. And we are going to grab some easy shrimp eyes in the extra small. So I have a video on size difference, but I'll explain it today again. For these easy shrimp eyes in extra small, I like size 8 or size 10 and smaller for the extra small. Anything over that, you got to go with the medium, in my opinion. You want these eyes to be seen. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of point in using them. So we're going to put that tab right on top of the hook shank. Wrap it down and keep it right on top. Boom, like so. You can readjust those if you would like. Looking pretty good. Alrighty, next material. Barred Voodoo fibers in black clear. And you just need 3 of these strands, about 5 inches. We'll do it. So we've got 3 here. And the line, and we want these to sit right on top. So just bring them up. Once you got a couple of wraps to hold them in place, bring it over. You can kind of separate them on the hook here. They'll sit pretty well, pretty evenly. Alrighty. Now we're going to wrap this back. Being mindful that we want this even body. Alrighty. Next material. Vinyl rib, medium. Fluorescent shrimp pink. Don't need a ton of this. It's got 2 sides to it, flat side and a little bit of a ridge side. Really popular for nymphs, but it's also a pretty cool material for tying shrimp with. We're going to start there and wrap this. And the reason why we're starting this right there and wrapping it backwards is we're just creating a little bit bigger profile for the body of this shrimp. So that's good right there. And we'll work our way back up right behind the bead. Alrighty. So we will start to wrap this. And like I said, it's got 2 sides. So you want that ridge, the flat side to lay down and that ridge side to stay up. And we're just creating a really nice shrimpy body here. Right behind the bead. Get a couple securing wraps. Tighten it down. Trim off the excess, and we are almost done with this fly. Frankly, you could be done with it right now and it would fish just fine, but we are going to add a little bit extra to this and make it as tasty as possible for those sea run cutthroat. Alrighty, and give it almost like a Crazy Charlie almost look. Alright, so last step here, we're going to take a little bit of the Spawn Simi Seal, not a lot, just a little again. And we want this to go the length of the hook. Sparse is key for this part. There we go. Lay it right on top here. Peel that back. While being conscious of our wraps here, we'll clean this up a little bit, pull that back just a tad. And these smaller shrimp flies, you can see all your not mistakes maybe, but variations, maybe a better way to call it. So we can clean those up really well. Alrighty, that'll do it. So now we're just going to whip finish. And we are good to go. We'll add a little bit of head cement to this. I forgot to bring it over for the video, but I would really recommend throwing in a little head cement there. That's it right here. Hope you guys can see that really well. I'm gonna put it back in the vise and do a quick spin so you guys can see this fly. This is a nice, simple shrimp pattern. Like I said, if you follow us on Instagram, you've probably seen this one before. The only substitute is I like to either use this vinyl rib or a dyed pearl diamond braid. Works really well right there in that bonefish color. But hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Really recommend, if you're going to be throwing in some really small shrimp, that you tie some up like this. And good luck out on the water. Thank you guys.